For the finished product in your Minecraft Education Edition artwork, we're going to be using sway.com. Now sway.com is a great online digital design tool, and the best thing about Sway is it works with images, text, video, audio, and even embedding other types of documents. Before you get to this part of the project, you'll need to have finished your artwork in the College of Art. You'll need to have exported your portfolio and unzipped them so that you can access all those pictures as their own JPEG files. You'll also need to have completed your draft responding guide and be ready to write a good copy of that. When you get to the website, which is simply sway.com, you click the Get Started button here. You'll be asked to sign in, and so we sign in with our college email address and password, and then click Next. At this point you should see the college background, and so you can enter your password and click Sign In. And now we're inside Sway itself, and if you're interested, there's lots of tutorials that you can follow up here, or you can just go straight in and get started by clicking this Create New button. So this is the Sway interface, and what we're essentially doing is we're putting cards which are like elements of presentations on top of each other, and we're stacking them. And while we're doing that, in this small preview window, Sway will automatically create the content for you. So first of all, we're going to call this Minecraft College of Art, and what we can do here if we want is start to put in some pictures. Now you'll notice that based on what I've typed here, Sway has already suggested some types of pictures that might work, and if I was to click into here, what's really useful is that it's only giving us examples of images that are Creative Commons sourced, which means that you're not breaking any copyright by using these in your presentation. So why don't we go ahead and try this image as a background. You click and drag it, and then suddenly we'll see in our preview window as we go ahead the styling of our Sway changing. So now we're going to click on the plus button, and we're going to add underneath our title a heading. Our first heading is going to be Images from the World. And what we can do here is simply go in and upload the images from our device. So now I'm going to click on this up button, and I've already saved into my desktop the Portfolio College of Art, and here's all the images that we've taken from it. So I'm going to grab this image of the volcano as an example of a warm color scheme. So I click on it here and go Open. Now you can see while this is being uploaded, it's also being placed in the background. So we need to caption the photo because we didn't caption it in Minecraft, and this is warm color scheme. Let's add another picture. We'll go again to the insert from my device, and this time we're going to grab this example of a geometric shape from the Shapes coaster. Let's add another picture. Upload from our device, and this time we're going to grab this corner of a construction in the pattern zone, and this is an example of a geometric constructed shape, and you get the idea. So if I now jump over to here, I'm going to click on the preview button. We can see just by scrolling left and right how we've brought no design ideas into this at all. This has all simply come from dragging and dropping our own content, and Sway has taken care of the rest. Now I mentioned before that there's the remix button, and so let's click on this and see what alternative layouts that we can see. So it starts with your title page, and you'll notice that this one's almost like a full screen layout. So let's go once more to remix, and we'll see a third alternative. So this one scrolls vertically, and you can see the pictures and the captions underneath it. So let's go back and continue in our storyline and we'll close the import picture section and continue adding our content. So once you've added images from the world which demonstrate elements and principles, what you need to do now is to add a new heading 1. And this one will be constructing my own artwork. And in this section again we're bringing in pictures from our own device, and these will be images that you have taken of your own construction process. For these pictures, just try to provide a simple example of what's happening here. So this is the first photo where I am beginning to build with some simple color blocks. You can be more detailed than that if you like, but the more text you put in here, the more it might cover your image. So try to keep your descriptions short. Let's grab another picture from our device, and this time we're going to take this one here. And again we'll write a simple explanation about what's happening here. Second stage of construction. I have moved from left to right and begun adding a contrasting pattern. So wherever you are using art language such as contrasting, or you're talking about color, line, shape, that's great because that's you demonstrating your knowledge of the language of art. So as you put your sway together, I would encourage you to use as much art language as you possibly can. Now at the end of those pictures, you can add, using the text card, a simple summary. So what you might like to do here is to create a listing of all the major components and objects in your artwork. This section can be as complex as you like. And so why don't we jump across to preview and we'll now see what we've got. You can see the pictures here of the construction photos, and these are those extra points that go underneath it. We've got a bit more content, so why don't we remix it one more time. So you can see a few color and style changes, another remix. And we can see all these alternatives that may be what we're looking for, or we can keep changing them until we see a style that we like. Okay, let's go back to our storyline. So a quick recap: we have our title, we have our images from the world, we have the construction of your work. The last thing is to bring in the actual response itself. So here we are going back to a heading 1, and this is called responding. Underneath the responding title, in this section is where your response to your artwork will go. So this is the formal response, which will be assessed based on the standard of its number 1, use of art vocabulary, number 2, paragraphing, sentences, clarity of expression, and understanding of the task. So in this section here, what you can do is write it first in Microsoft Word and copy and paste, or you can do it directly in here. And having done that, you can then go over to preview for your final check, and when you think that you'd like to see the final copy of your sway, you hit the play button. Now at this point, we're taken back to the top, and as we just scroll down, these are our images from the world with the captions. This is the construction of your work, some additional information about the construction, and finally your formal response to your artwork. When you're happy with your work, what you'll be doing is clicking on the share button, and you'll be copying that link and sending it to your teacher in an email.